That might have been one of the best movies of the year. Hey yo, what's good? Welcome to The Gist with me, Jared. Godzilla Minus One is the semi-origin story to the legendary monster Godzilla. Taking place right after World War II, the story follows the beginnings of Godzilla and Koichi Shikishima, our main character. Godzilla terrorizes Japan, and it's up to the humans to see if they can stop him. This movie is everything you want in an action sci-fi monster flick. Godzilla appears early and fairly often throughout the film. The action is great, and the setting is ominous. And surprisingly enough, the human element was compelling and impressive. I usually cringe at the human element and story aspect when it comes to these monster movies, but I was thoroughly surprised and delighted when it comes to Koichi's story and character development. It was deeply moving and an effective narrative through line throughout the entire film. There are a handful of moments where it takes the story a little bit of time to build and flesh out its characters. I was fully bought in, so this was fine for me. But if you're not hooked onto the characters, these are the moments in the movie where it could drag a bit for you. I really enjoyed the story being told, whether the moments were predictable or unpredictable. Even though this movie is science fiction, I believe that one of the many strengths of Godzilla Minus One is its verisimilitude. You buy into the world so easily. It felt like these events were realistic and grounded to our world, but in 1945. There are some moments of suspension of disbelief and a handful of cliches, but it wasn't enough to take me out of the film. This movie is retro. It felt like a classic Godzilla movie, but reimagined with today's technology. The music and score were incredible. The performances were awesome. They balanced the ominous and eerie milieu with moments of lightheartedness and emotion. I really enjoyed the shot selection of our characters, and especially Godzilla. I found the CGI solid for this movie. I loved the design of Godzilla, and didn't find the CGI distracting or overtly noticeable at all. Every time I saw Godzilla, it felt like an accurate and realistic depiction. I had an amazing time watching Godzilla Minus One, and I think it'd be a worthwhile watch for the vast majority of audiences. The only thing that I can think about as far as a hindrance to watching Godzilla Minus One would be the fact that it's in another language. 99% of the movie is in Japanese with respective subtitles. I've watched plenty of dubbed content, and most of the things I watch have subtitles anyway, so this was not a barrier of enjoyment for my viewing experience. But if it's not your cup of tea, then that might be the only reason to not watch Godzilla Minus One. And that's the gist to my spoiler-free review of Godzilla Minus One. To me, this was a perfect monster movie, and a wonderful surprise as we close out 2023. I was not expecting to like it as much as I did, but I am so happy that I gave it a shot. It gives me more anticipation for the upcoming Godzilla and King Kong movie, and eagerness to finish the Monarch series on Apple TV. What did you think of Godzilla Minus One? Where does this movie stand amongst the other Godzilla and monster films? Hit me up, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'll catch you next time on The Gist.